This is Gil. I want to welcome you back. I have a special gift for you today. It's a return on ad spend calculator. It's an Excel sheet that will give you the opportunity to project what your possible earnings or what your possible conversions will be on any particular ad spend. And it'll allow you to look at your existing campaigns and say, if I make an improvement here with my click-throughs on, say, for a banner advertising campaign on a CPM basis, going to your landing page, if you're going to get an increase in conversion there, you'll be able to see the nuances of getting a better buy, the increase in profits, or where you're losing money, and know your parameters before you start buying an ad campaign. So let me get to that, and we'll get started here. Okay, so this is the ad spend calculator. The return on ad spend calculator is what I'm giving to you for free here. I want you to take a look at how this works and why it's important for you to start playing around with this and get familiar with it. So right here is your media costs, and each one of these scenarios allow you to put them side by side. You can put your ad costs in. I have an example here of $400. Let's say this is a banner ad. It can be any kind of media, online media buy, whether it be banners or let's say it's a drop to an e-zine, a newsletter that goes out to X amount of subscribers. Well, that cost goes right here, right? I have it set for $400 there in scenario one. Your CPM, cost per thousand. Well, if it's $400 and that's how big their list is, right? Let's say the list is 177,778, as it says here. Then your CPM, if it was $400, would be, your cost per thousand would be $2.25. It kind of just figures that it'll change based off of you just putting a different amount in here. So it said it's $3.25. So you see how the impressions go down. You're paying more, and your impressions go down here. So your conversion or click-through rate, CTR, on the campaign, typically, let's say if it's banners, this would be ridiculous to get that. It'd be insane, really good. Over here in scenario 2 is more like the way banners really work, which is about 0.5%. You're doing pretty well. So if you were to get a 1.5%, that's insanity. So you're probably not going to get that, but let's just go through this as an example. So over here, if you were on your banners to be able to get 1.5 click-through rate out of so out of this number of impressions, right? 153,000, and you got 1.5 click-through rate. This is what your cost per click would be, 22 cents. Now you're getting 2,308 people to click through and hit your landing page. Right now, you need some analytics on your page to be able to know. There's a whole section that we'll go through just about on optimization, multivariable testing, or A/B split testing on just landing pages. But let's just say you got a 10% conversion on your landing page. But whatever that conversion is whether it's a lead or a sale, would be something that you would know and how to calculate here. But 10% of that 2,308 would be 231. Then here it says your costs per first level conversion. So it'll prompt you here to divide your media costs, which is up here $500, by the number of conversions. and the number of conversions are right there. So it tells you what that number is here, and it's $2.17. That's what each one of these leads cost you. So over here it says, the next line down is revenue from conversions. And I put $50. So for every time I got that to happen, I got $50. Now let's just say it wasn't $50 because over here it says I'm making $11,000 from $500. That's a lot. Let's say I was selling a lead and I made $5. Well, there you go. So let's say it cost me $2.17 per lead, and I was able to sell it for $5, giving me this total here minus my media costs, or excuse me, generating this much on the total campaign. You see there, and then the return on ad spend is the bottom line here, $653.85. Now this is just scenario one. Obviously, each of these scenarios you can play with, and it's really valuable. It gives you some projections on going in and looking for like your max ceiling and your that you're able to spend on a media buy. So I highly recommend using this tool, getting familiar with it, and even if you're doing CPA campaigns, you can cost per acquisition. So you're just paying per lead or per sale. If you have stats on your campaigns and you're able to run, you can buy Google banners nowadays on a CPM basis and really have a small budget. You really don't need a massive budget nowadays to run a CPM banner campaign. If you do it correctly, it can be very profitable. And one thing too, if you're doing banners CPM in Google, or banners period in Google, I recommend once you identify sites that are converting for you with those banners, like if you're doing site placement or their site targeting, we're just saying this is the site I want to run on. Once you find something that's converting, I recommend you just go directly to that publisher, and Google has enough money. You don't need to pay Google to do that. But Google is a great tool to find that kind of information out. So I'm going to leave you with this. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you download it and send it to friends if you so choose, and enjoy.